The Gambia Press Union on Thursday organized a workshop on the importance of accessing information during elections, improving transparency and accountability in electoral process in Africa. Access to information has been established as a fundamental right in regional and international law. Desise tells us more.
Access to official information may be restricted only if it is necessary, but in the Gambia, access to official documents has ever been a problem for journalists, activists, and citizens at large. However, the Gambia Press Union at a workshop brings together representatives from civil society and the media to share experiences on access to information in elections, as well as to make recommendations for free and fair elections. GPU has passed an Access to Information Bill to the Gambia National Assembly for adoption and ratification to make easy access to information. The Vice President of GPU, Mohammed Esba, highlights that parliamentarians should see this bill as a life-saving document.
Also before the Parliament, and I think the National Assembly should see, and all stakeholders should see the bill as a life-saving machine, which is important to all Gambians. The Gambia is one of the few West African English-speaking countries without an ATI law. The GPU and Civil Society Coalition on Access to Information has been at the forefront to get this law or legislative framework to be enacted.
Many are optimistic that parliamentarians will adopt and pass the Access to Information Bill. John Charles Njai, Civil Society Coalition on Access to Information, encourages journalists and civil society activists to mount pressure on the National Assembly to pass the bill.
Also, as I end, let me encourage you to please call your National Assembly members. The Access to Information Bill is before the National Assembly. Call them from this meeting, during your breaks. Call them, tell them in March, please give access to information priority. I think we are very laid back as a people. And if all of us begin to call our National Assembly members and pile the pressure, I believe something will happen. And we will see the desires that we have begin to come to fruition.
Mohammed Sise, an activist, says access to information in elections is essential as Gambia will soon head to the polls. Mr. Sise hopes that the bill is passed by the parliamentarians.
Parliament not passed yet, but we are expecting that it is passed by our parliamentarians, that it doesn't suffer the same hiccup that the Constitution suffered, because the Access to Information Bill is something that is very special. It's supposed to be called our maiden bill because we have never had such in this country, and I will urge our parliamentarians to make sure that this bill is passed and then made available as a law so that access to information becomes something that is legally binding upon every Gambian and upon every citizen of the country.
Access to Information Bill was submitted to the National Assembly in December 2019. The bill is expected to go through the committee and subcommittee stages and be debated by parliamentarians before finally becoming a law. Reporting for iAfrica News, I am Desise.
The Gambia's Press Union calls on the National Assembly to adopt the Access to Information Bill. And from that report by Desise,